Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Two Crypto Noobs. Today we're going to be going over some interesting articles that we found in the world of crypto. Dare introduce ourselves? My name's Amir.
And my name is Zainab.
And we're going to go over some of the interesting things, like I said before, that we found in the crypto world. But first, please make sure that you like as well as subscribe to this video so that you can be aware of any time that we upload new content that can help you on your crypto journey. All right. So now that that is done, let's go ahead on and get started. What is Bitcoin looking at right now?
Okay, so currently Bitcoin is sitting at $46,593.17, down 2.8%. The overall market cap for cryptocurrency is sitting at $2.2 trillion. Now, this is not a surprise to anyone. Bitcoin, as well as the crypto market, with the exception of a few altcoins, have been trending sideways, not really making a whole lot of movement. But this is nothing really to be alarmed at. Take this opportunity as a buying opportunity. Let's go over the fear and greed index.
All right, so the fear and greed index is looking at extreme fear at the moment. We are at a 23. Like we always say, when it is anywhere between 0 and about 25, 26, it's a good time to buy. Like we said previously, red to oranges is buying opportunity, and lime green to green is just sit on your hands and watch the profits come in. And right now we're in extreme fear. A lot of the retail investors are selling. They're scared. They're looking at what the numbers are doing, but they're not understanding cryptocurrency history. So right now there's a lot of people who are selling, but the whales are the one who's actually the ones who are buying at the moment. So we do what the whales do. And, right now is a great time to do your research and see what coins you want to get into.
Yeah. And so speaking of history, let's look at Bitcoin's history. If we think that this is so, oh my goodness, Bitcoin is so low, it's going down. What does it say the opening price and the closing price was in December? Okay, so this is the 17th, right? December 17, 2020, we were sitting at a close $22,805.16. So did you see the gains that we have made in a year? When it relates to Bitcoin, it's amazing. So I still believe this is the best investment. And we have to understand sometimes, let's have some real talk. This is an investment. And so with investments, you have to have patience. So we have to understand that. We will have some sideways movement and then we'll have some blow off tops. Let's just sit back and be patient.
Yeah, sounds like a plan to me.
All right, let's go into some other news that affects the cryptocurrency market. So let's talk about for a moment Tron. And Tron is a smart contract platform similar to Ethereum.
Mm-hmm.
And Justice Sun has recently stepped down as the CEO for Tron. I don't necessarily like this particular headline, which says Justice Sun quits Tron to become Grenada diplomat, although it's somewhat true. Let's read a tweet from him where it says, I have accepted the invitation and appointment of the Grenadian government to officially serve as ambassador, permanent representative of Grenada to the World Trade Organization in Geneva. I will be working in full capacity to represent Grenada's national interests to the World Trade Organization. So this is a good move, I think, for Sun. He has had some rocky kind of reputation somewhat in the cryptocurrency market. I think this is a way for him to kind of reestablish his reputation. And Sun has also said in a later tweet that despite the career move, he confirmed that he's not turning his back on Tron, but will be stepping down from active leadership. And he will still be engaged with the Tron community. And so there were some instances where people have reported that Tron was down so much and because of this particular move from Sun. But again, Sun made a substantial amount of money running the company, Tron, and people have the right to make changes, right? And so it looks like really didn't affect Tron's price too much as it relates to the overall low and the overall high. These things happen, and that's why one of the reasons why we present this information today. There will be leadership changes, there will be things that happen, right? And so the 24-hour low is 0.07 cents, and the 24-hour high is 0.08 cents. And right now we're sitting at 0.08 cents. Okay, and this was announced. So the world didn't fall apart in the neighborhood of Tron. What do you think, Amir?
Yeah, I don't think that this was an article that has a substantial impact on the price of Tron. It is a good project. He has been working with them for a while. And like you said, people are able to make career changes, even if he's still going to be a part of the organization. Companies make moves like that all the time. He decided that he wanted something different for himself, which is a good look for him to be employed by the World Trade Organization and represent a whole place. So at the end of the day, I have no problem with that. People shouldn't have a problem with it. And large investors don't have a problem with it, because if they thought that something was on fire, the price would have tanked way below 8 cents. So shout out to him on his career choice change. And I'm pretty sure that they're going to have somebody step into his role at Tron to take over the reins and do good, if not better than what he did previously. So
Right, absolutely. So let's move on to something that's been news for a while, but we still want to cover it on our show. Elon Musk says Tesla will accept Dogecoin as payment for merchandise. So this is good news for Dogecoin. I believe when this article originally came out, Doge did have a spike in price, but then immediately started trading sideways with the rest of the cryptocurrency market. But this is what Elon stated. Elon Musk said on Tuesday that Tesla would accept Dogecoin as a payment for some merchandise. Following the news, the cryptocurrency surged to more than 20% to 22 cents, and then fell back to 19 cents, right? And he had some more to say about this as it compares to Bitcoin. The transaction volume of Bitcoin is low and the cost per transaction is high, Musk said. Fundamentally, Bitcoin is not a good substitute for a transactional currency. What do you think about that?
I think he's just flirting with the idea of making it his go-to coin. I do know that he owns a little bit of it. I don't really know the future of Dogecoin, to be completely honest. There's just so many coins in circulation, and all the coins that is in circulation is not all the coins that's in total supply. So I do believe that it is something that could potentially have some type of future, but do I believe that the majority of people are going to be using it for transactions and things of that nature? I really don't see that. Now, I mean, Dogecoin have done some surprising things in the past, so I really can't call it. But I do believe that Elon Musk has branded himself with Dogecoin, and he's going to continue to do so. But his influence is not as heavy as it once was when it comes to affecting the price of Dogecoin.
Yeah, yeah, I agree, but I'm hoping it has very positive impacts on Dogecoin, because guess what? That was our first cryptocurrency that we ever bought. We can't forget about the very first one, right? And I'm hoping with Elon Musk being a part of the Dogecoin Foundation, that it will be some great things in the future down the pike for Dogecoin, the community, and the price, because of course we're investors. So
I mean, every coin. I hope every coin goes crazy.
Exactly.
Everyone in the world.
All right, so let's just talk about some of the conversations that's taking place on Twitter. So we have Tech Dev, which is pointing out the cycles that has happened with Bitcoin and the cycle history. That every time, and let's read what he says. Every Bitcoin cycle in history has ended with a red month, followed by 2 or 3 very green months. And then he points out, and let's take a look at 2011, where you have the upward trend after, a red month. And then you have 2013, same thing, 2017, same thing. And we're looking at it in 2021. So basically, he's saying, as the two of us have been saying, let's not get alarmed. There's no fire in crypto. There's just a lull period. And let's just move on to some other conversations. All right, so Michael Saylor, everyone knows Michael Saylor is a Bitcoin maximalist. And let's read what he has to say about Bitcoin. You want to take it, Amir?
Bitcoin volatility is driven in part by lack of maturity in accounting and tax guidance for digital assets. As the industry matures and rules normalize, the incentives that continue to this volatility should diminish.
And so, with what Michael Saylor is saying, I agree with him. Who's making major purchases unless you really have this tax plan for cryptocurrency at the end of the year? It affects your taxes, right? So I just believe what he's saying in that we have the holidays, right? We also have the tax liability that you can have as a result of some of the investments that you make towards the end of the year. So I believe that this is true as we move forward with Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, and understand and have regulations, clear regulations, which hopefully it won't suffocate the cryptocurrency market. I think we'll be more comfortable making those decisions to invest at the end of the year.
Yeah, definitely. As mass adoption takes place, government is not going to have a choice but to do certain things to make it crystal clear what people's responsibilities are when it comes to tax laws and guidances and things of that nature. So once it becomes more cemented in everyday life, then I do believe that the volatility will diminish, as he's saying, because the volatility is there because people don't know what to do and what not to do. Some people, I think they're in it for the quick ride. Some people are long-term investors. Some people are trying to hide their money during tax time because they don't know what's going on. So as things become more crystal clear, I do believe that volatility should subside or diminish. And I just can't wait for that time because it's going to just be even more widely accepted the more stable the market becomes.
Absolutely. Let's look at another tweet where the Turkish, and this is from Michael Saylor as well, and the Turkish currency has lost 55% of its value this year and 37% in the last 30 days. What follows is a parade of horribles: capital controls, debt default, wage and price controls, and currency reset. By the time you realize you need Bitcoin, it may be too late. So I'm thinking this was some advice to the Turkish government to take a page out of others' books, El Salvador, to maybe invest in Bitcoin to help their government and the people in their country.
It only makes sense if your currency is decreasing more than appreciating, and you have this coin named Bitcoin that you can invest in with the remainder of your currency that is appreciating in value. It sounds like a good decision to me. If you do wait, Bitcoin is going to become too expensive for you to help your country's currency recover, or to help your country not suffer the consequences of having a diminishing currency. But I definitely think that they should take a page out of El Salvador's book. If this reporting right here is true, then I would rather them get in now than it be too late for them to get in at all. And then next thing you know, their economy comes crashing down. So I definitely think it's something for Turkey to look at, and we'll just see what type of moves they make.
Yeah. Agreed. So let's move on to a more funnier note, but one that I stand behind, and I think Amir stand behind as well. We have Bitcoin is Saving who's speaking this, and we agree with this for the overall cryptocurrency market. And it says, don't let family members change the topic. Holiday dinners are for discussing Bitcoin and cryptocurrency and onboarding new users. Nobody cares about the weather, pets, movies, etc. Keep the conversation laser focused on Bitcoin and, as me and Amir believe, cryptocurrency. It's important. I mean, it's the wave of the future. It's something, it's an investment. It's something that could potentially provide some financial freedom, right? So, of course, these topics are somewhat important, right? We care about pets and stuff like that. But the main focus, and we're hoping that we won't get a topic change, is on financial freedom and moving the family and the legacy forward. So I thought this was a very timely tweet.
It is, especially since it's holiday season. And to be completely honest, my brother literally said, I don't want anybody talking about cryptocurrency the whole entire time. So it baffles me that people don't want to talk about money and getting money and stuff like that. But hey, there's other important things in this world outside of generating a legacy and generational wealth. There's clearly better things than that. So we'll try to keep it on weather and pets, even though we don't have pets. We'll try to keep it on weathers and movies and stuff for as long as possible. But I guarantee the conversation about crypto is going to come up.
Yeah. Yeah, it is what it is. Okay, so last but not least, we want to turn our attention to what we should be doing while we're spending time with friends and loved ones. And that is looking at projects and how we're going to invest for the upcoming 2022, right? And so 3 metaverse crypto projects that I have invested into and looking to invest in the third are Mana, which is Decentraland, which is a metaverse token. And the second one is Sandbox, which is a metaverse world that operates on the blockchain. It has NFTs and play to earn gaming and such. And the third one is Axie Infinity. And everyone should know by now, if you know anything about crypto, that it's a play to earn game. We are invested in the first two, still waiting for an entry point and that I feel comfortable with Axie Infinity, but that will be on my list of things to do during a holiday season that we have some downtime, is trying to put in a good limit order on Axie Infinity.
Yep, as we always say, gaming coins are the it factor for this next wave of cryptocurrency. There's a lot of different things that we should be paying attention to within the gaming community. Play to earn is very big. Then the metaverse is very big. We already know that they're trying to do augmented and virtual reality, and they have a whole bunch of blockchain technology and NFTs that's going to go right along with that particular universe. So I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited. Comment below and let us know what gaming tokens you guys are invested in. And I believe that's it. You got anything else for the people?
No.
All right, sounds like a plan. We definitely want to thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Two Crypto Noobs. Please, if you haven't already, go ahead on and hit that subscribe button. And if you haven't already, make sure that you turn your notification on so you won't miss any more Crypto Noobs videos. And noobs are out. Peace.
Noobs are out. Peace.